Na country people, as in our country don't cast. I'm not just getting one talk again. The only thing I just get to come tell now and say this country don't cast.
What is small thing for this country nowadays?
Now, court don't sentence one boy to 76 years imprisonment, all because of say they say he thief 721,500 naira. 721,500 naira. And then this boy thief when the judge they sentence him to 76 years imprisonment. Now, if you sentence somebody to 76 years imprisonment, what is the need? Don't just give him life imprisonment instead, because now him spending 76 years in prison, what do you call remain for life? Who even know that not be jail for whom that is? Because now him spending 76 years in prison, when he come out, what do you remain for life? He's already old. Now, this is the thing. In as much as ESCC they try to prove to Nigerians say do their work, but you shouldn't be using the youth as experiment. The people should be using as experiment for the youth to learn from are supposed to be the politicians who are there stealing the country's money day in, day out. But now, all of a sudden, now the youths and the ESCC they go after. And now, the question I have for Nigerians, are the youths actually the problem of this country? Are the youths the ones running this country's economy down? Are the youths the ones deciding the way the country is being run? So how come the EFCC are always after the youths? Today you hear that they have bust one hostel. Tomorrow you hear that they have bust one hotel. Tomorrow you have heard that they have bust one private resident. Always going on raid to go and pick up the youths. In as much as I'm not supporting fraud, I'm totally against fraud. But now you cannot be chasing after these Yahoo boys and leave our politicians who are the real Yahoo people, leave them untouched. It doesn't make sense. Look at Yaya Bello. It took you almost how many years, how many months to bring Yaya Bello to your custody. And now, what has been done in Yaya Bello's case has been swept under the carpet. Emefiele that was said to have built or acquired many estates in Abuja. Estates in BC, they almost be like half of Benin. Now only Emefiele acquired. What have you done about the case that has been swept under the carpet? We will not hear him again. I only want to just hear Emefiele case. The same thing with all the even the Delta State former Delta State governor that EFCC said they had some fraud allegation against him. Today we will not hear the case again. He defected or decamped from PDP to APC. As he just defected enter APC, and then the matter end. We will not hear the matter again. EFCC can't just quiet. They can't be like, oh, I don't know what someone used to describe them. They'll be like, oh, they use military. They'll be like, oh, they use military hold their mouth. Since then, we're not hearing anything from them again. The real politicians, the people bringing down the country's economy, go after them. In as much as we are saying that what these boys are doing, yes, it's bad. But now, let's call it spade a spade. Now, if these so-called corrupt elements that we have as governments, if they are doing their work, if they are bringing the dividend of democracy to the people, do you think we'll have a very high rate of fraudsters in this country? No. But because the government has failed in their duty, not just only to protect the lives and properties of the citizens, they won't fail to provide basic amenities and job opportunities for the youth. That's why you see the youth are not trying to create one for themselves. Because even in our local balance, they say an idle man. There's a popular saying that an idle man is devil's workshop. So now these people, these youths, you refuse to provide job opportunities for them. You didn't build companies, you didn't build factories, you didn't even create any job opportunities for them. And now many of them possibly went to school. In fact, we have a lot of graduates in the country and there's no job, there's nothing to show for it. And now many of them now decided to look for an alternative means to make ends meet, of which I'm not saying fraud is good, but they had to look for this thing because an idle man is devil's workshop. So you don't expect that everybody will think to a particular direction. Why some people are thinking to getting the money legally? Why some people are thinking of getting the money legally? Why others are thinking of getting the money illegally through any means? The generation we are in now, if you know, this is the Gen Z. Everybody wants to make ends meet. Everybody wants to ball. Everybody wants to be a baller. They want to be a baller. So as such now, you not provide job for these youths. Provide job for them. Then you see them they do Yahoo. You give them this kind of punishment and not go get any issue. Say you give them 76 years imprisonment. Just because of say they thief 721,500 and no get issue. Because what I'm saying, job opportunities is there. Now this one, Opolo and 91 go get bigger thing. 90 go do fraud. So as a catch you hold your punishment. But not that we didn't provide job opportunities for these people. There's no job opportunities for these people. These people are the ones trying to make ends meet for themselves, trying to do different things. I can tell you for free that if in as much as Yahoo boys, you can label them as criminals if you like that, according to the Nigerian constitution that forbids this financial crime. Now, even if you are saying the Yahoo boys are criminals, let's weigh the two criminals now. The Yahoo boys who you people label criminals and the politicians. If you are to weigh the two, the people that should be rotting in prison are not even the Yahoo boys, but rather they are the politicians who are bringing this country's economy down. They are running the country down. They have nothing good to offer to Nigerians. Every now and then, you see different things. That's all they think about is themselves and their family and maybe their immediate friends. Nothing more. They don't want the people's interests at heart. So people should be going after are not supposed to be these Yahoo boys. The energy you are channeling into arresting these Yahoo boys, channel it into all those corrupt politicians, both past and present, that have one or two financial misappropriation of funds in their record, that have one or two embezzlement and other things that is being linked to them while they were in office or even while they are still occupying office. You try to do a deep investigation and try to bring them to book. If you can, I bet you, if you can use those politicians, those corrupt politicians that have brought down this country down to its knees, if you can use those politicians to serve as example to these Yahoo boys, I bet you many people will fraud. Because they will know that there's no gain in financial corruption. But not that you're not using, God, man, this country is messed up. That's just all I have to say. This country don't get messed up. Hey God, I haven't taken for this country. Wait, what I want to really understand is it that the EFCC are scared of going after these politicians? Is that they are scared of going after these people who have brought this country to a new level? Let me use the word new level. Like this country now currently, like this our current generation, there's hardly anybody you see that will tell you that I'm proud to be Nigerian. Most of us, truth be told, we are not proud to be Nigerian because the country, things a country is supposed to do for their citizens, we have not seen anything in that light. There's nothing these days, practically nothing to show in terms of security, zero, in terms of provision of basic community, zero, in terms of everything. In fact, I don't even think in the scoreboard of this current government, I don't think there's anything that we can actually rate them positive for. All the rating is actually negative. Which date over 200 and something people were killed in Benue. As there's nothing that we can actually say that this government has really done for its people. And yet, the FCC, instead of them going after these corrupt politicians that have brought this country to a zero level, now they're not going after the Yahoo boys. So is it that now the question I have is this: is that the EFCC wants to use these Yahoo boys to actually show the politicians that you see what we are doing to these Yahoo boys, we'll come and do it to you? Or I don't understand. Because now you're supposed to use the bigger one, that's the bigger thieves, the bigger corrupt elements, criminal elements in power. You're supposed to use them to serve as an example to the ordinary Nigerian youth that is engaging in some financial crime. You're supposed to be using those corrupt politicians, bring them to book, arrest them, sentence them, give them this infant. If you don't like, give them 80 years imprisonment. We will not even condemn it. Use those ones to serve as an example to the younger generation who are into all those fraudulent activities. Use the politicians to serve as an example to these youths. Not using the youth to serve as an example to the politicians, because to me it doesn't make sense. Say what you do to Peter, also do to Paul. Now, you cannot claim to be fighting against corruption. You cannot claim to be fighting against economic crime, and you are only after a section of a particular society, which are the youths. Why you leave the corrupt political elements in government, the corrupt politicians that are there that are siphoning the country's money, storing it in bulk in foreign accounts, while some are using to create establishments in foreign countries, and nothing is being done. Like they are taking our money, going to store in foreign accounts for their unborn children and their future generation, so that they will never suffer again. Money that are meant for developmental projects, building infrastructures, everything are being siphoned, everything are being embezzled, everything are being diverted into foreign accounts. These politicians are using our money to go and build establishment outside. They are setting up businesses, big businesses and other things. Go outside the country now. At least I think you must have heard very dark when he said that when he traveled to Turkey the last time, there were so many businesses he saw in businesses that are owned by these our politicians here. Our politicians here, they're not established. Now, it will make more sense when they steal money and reinvest it in this country. They steal our money and reinvest it in this country. Like building economy, building up what they call it, factories, companies and stuff like that, and inflate the youth. It will make more sense. At least, yeah, it's if the country money when supposed to use to develop the country, then can't use a set up establishment. When through that one, I can't act as an avenue whereby it now created an opportunity for more youth to be employed. It will make more sense. But now it doesn't make any sense. Whereby you are taking the country's money, storing it in foreign accounts, and you are even going to set up establishments outside the country, creating employment opportunities for other people in overseas, while your people that are here are suffering. No dividend of democracy, nothing to show for it. Like there's practically nothing I can actually say that this current administration has done. The only thing that they have cost us is nothing but pain. This current administration has cost us nothing but pain, and it's such a pity that we find ourselves in this state. Because the problem of Nigeria is not the youth. Nigeria is bad today, it's not the youth. And I don't know why people are getting this wrong mindset that the Yahoo boys are the ones giving us a bad image in the international environment. It's a lie. People that have given us bad image, that will continue giving us bad image in the international environment, the international community, and these are our corrupt politicians who have failed to do what is supposed to be done, who have failed to deliver the dividend of democracy to their people, who have failed to carry out developmental agendas in this country. These are the people that are supposed to be seen as people who are portraying the country in a negative light in the international environment, and not these Yahoo boys. So the Yahoo boys, to me, left for me, these Yahoo boys, truth be told, they are the ones who floating the economy. Truth be told, these Yahoo boys are the ones floating the economy. The economy is still surviving, it's still trying to survive. The economy is still trying to survive because of these Yahoo boys. Because now, if you are to remove these Yahoo boys, for an instance, if these Yahoo boys are to be eliminated totally, if you leave us only this government, this our so-called government that do not bother to even care for the interest of the common man, if you are to leave us with them, I don't think anybody will be surviving anymore. Many families today, they can boast, really say they have homes of their own, or they have cars of their own, or they have one or two things of their own, all because of what? Yahoo. Many areas today, even in my states, these are those states, if not for the Yahoo and other fraudulent activities, I'm not in support of it, but if not for Yahoo, I think by now, nobody could pay the close eye. 2 minutes. You know, people close I say they never come run your street for your area. 2 minutes. Like, it has reduced the rate of armed robbery. Yahoo has reduced the rate of armed robbery. Yahoo is floating the economy, because now all these European countries that came to colonize us took away our resources, our wealth, and everything, and went to use it to better their own country. Now these Yahoo boys are now playing mind game on them, playing smartphone on them, collecting the money and bringing it back to this country and using it to better their lives and their families' life. They'll take the money from there, use it to come and better the life of their family. So now, but if you have to look at this, our politicians, instead of them using the money that is stole from Nigeria to work in Nigeria or to set up something, maybe an establishment in Nigeria, no, they would rather steal the money, take it to a foreign account, to go and pile it up there, or they want to go and set up an establishment abroad. But these Yahoo boys, so if I'm to be very plain with you, the Yahoo boys are more valuable to us than our politicians. The Yahoo boys are more valuable to us than our politicians. So if there's anybody that the EFCC should be channeling their energy on to bring them to book, to grab them, to arrest them, to incarcerate them, it should be these politicians. Because these politicians are the ones you see every now and then. Okay, look at Emefiele and other politicians that they have caught with billions of naira and other things that they stole. How many of them have been given 76 years imprisonment? Let's be truthful for ourselves. And now, judiciary has also failed us. Because now, there's one part I really don't understand about the Nigeria constitution. Now, sentencing somebody to 76 years imprisonment, I don't really know. Sorry, I'm not trying to dispute the judgment that was made. But I think there are actually some, I know the judge or magistrate or whosoever, might have some discretional power to make some verdicts. But now, even the verdict you are supposed to be making as a judge or a magistrate is supposed to be in line with the constitution. Now, it was still in this same country that, I think in Osun State, somebody stole fowl and was sentenced to death. Now, somebody stole 721,500 naira, was sentenced to 76 years imprisonment. The justice system of this country is messed up. Judiciary is gone. Like, judiciary used to be the last hope of the common man, the last hope of the common man and the defender of the oppressed. But now, funny enough, I really don't know the kind of justice system we operate in this country anymore. For somebody that stole 721,500 to be sentenced to 76 years imprisonment, and Yaya Bello and other corrupt politicians, Delta State Governor Emefiele and others that have been found of financial misappropriation, those ones are still moving freely in the streets. Those ones, their matter are still with the EFCC. Many of them have not even been charged to court. Only few of them have been charged to court, and even the ones that have been charged to court now, no verdict has been taken on their matter by the court. But now, hurriedly, he's a young boy now, caught with caught in the act or caught stealing found guilty of stealing 721,500 naira. You just quickly pass judgment on him. What about the politicians that have stolen billions and trillions of naira? How about their cases? Is that I don't know. Like, the thing is actually very, very crazy right now. It's very, very crazy, because it seems to me in this country, it seems there are some people that are more of Nigerians than others. I don't think we all are Nigerians. I think we have higher first-class citizen of Nigeria and second-class citizen and third-class citizen. Because if you are to treat us as one, like if we really say we are one, I think what we are doing to these Yahoo boys, if you should channel that same energy to these corrupt politicians, nobody will be calling you out. Nobody will be calling the EFCC names and saying that they are corrupt, they are this, they are that, they are. It doesn't make sense. So my message to the EFCC is that, in as much as you are chasing after these Yahoo boys, use that same energy. In fact, don't use that same energy. Don't use that same energy. Double the energy and use it to arrest all these criminal elements that are in power, both those in power and those that are out of power, both past and present leaders that are in government, embezzling money that does not want this country to move forward. Please bring them to book and stop chasing after these Yahoo boys, and stop chasing after these Yahoo boys that do not really have any negative parts in this country. As much as the Yahoo boys and the politicians, they are actually guilty of the same crime, but I believe that the energy that the EFCC actually puts in going to raid these young boys that are into fraud, if they should put their energy into arresting these our corrupt elements in government, these are corrupt politicians, I think they have to channel that same energy to them. I believe that Nigeria would have been a better place by now. So please do well to just comment your own opinion about it. And I may be right, I may be wrong, but I believe that the energy that they are channeling on arresting the Yahoo boys, I think that energy is supposed to also extend to our politicians, our corrupt politicians too, so that it will be of an equal scale, it will be balanced. So it's not as if you are going after one and leaving the others, because you post as saying the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow, but they are not even helping matters. The future leaders of tomorrow, you don't even want them, you don't want to see them with anything. Future leaders of tomorrow, you see a boy with dread, problem. He sees you with an iPhone, they're in problem. Police sees you with a tattoo, problem. And the youth are not. So it's not as if the government agency or the security agency are more interested in bringing down the youth, trying every means to see how they can silence the youth, instead of them trying to see how they can make the country go better or try to make the country do better. Yes, they are busy going after the wrong targets, because the correct targets, that the people that are supposed to be targeting, the people that are supposed to be in their blacklist, are supposed to be in the position. So please, I just want this country to be better, so that we all can raise our children in a sane environment, in a sane society, because currently now it's kind of insane in this very, very country, because the things that are being done, right things are being done in the wrong way. Just a mix of everything is just upside down. Please do well to subscribe to this my YouTube channel. I'll bring in a hot gist and some latest happenings, so that you know. So please do well to subscribe and follow for more updates. Please like this video, share to your friends and family. Comment your own opinion on it, because to me, I believe the country is messed up. To me, I believe the bigger criminals who are supposed to be chilling in the prison are actually the politicians and not the cowboys.